In this video, I'm gonna share with you guys how I clean the innermost part of car air vents. Now, let's get straight into it. What's going on? So glad you're here and welcome back to the Wilson Auto Detailing community. If you're a professional auto detailer who wants to become more successful and profitable in your business, or just a car enthusiast who wants to improve your detailing ability, then definitely consider hitting that big red subscribe button right below this video. So right now I'm on location detailing a Honda Accord, and I had a subscriber write in and ask me a question that I thought was really intuitive, really good question. He asked how you clean the innermost part of the car air vents, so the part that exists kind of behind the blades that you can adjust and change the direction of the way the AC or the heat blows. And that's a really good question, and I would call that a service reserved more for the higher end detailing, or even just more for the experienced detailer. For those of you who are starting out, you might not have the tools, you might not have the equipment, or even just kind of the customer base who's actually concerned about that area, because obviously most people are just going to be concerned about the air vents, the blades themselves that are very obvious, and kind of you can see that stuff, the dust and dirt and grime that sits on those very obviously. But when you're getting into cleaning kind of behind the air vents, it can be a little bit more of a maybe a little bit more of a process for people who have better equipment, specifically a steamer. So I'm going to show you guys how I use the VX5000 steamer to actually very simply and quickly clean these air vents, and how I dress them afterwards. So here we've got the air vent, and the part that I'm talking about is like this black part, like behind these brown blades. It's the part that exists way back behind there, and it might not really pick it up in the camera until I back up. You can see like those little blades that are behind it. Now the issue is that even when you have really long bristled brushes like this, if you put it in there, it's not going to be long enough to attack that area back there. And so I don't know that you really have any brush that's going to be long enough, unless you get like, you know, you can use like pipe cleaners or Q-tips, or maybe certain types of like paint brushes and stuff. But even then, you're going to have like maybe even liquid back there that's going to be difficult to dry, and it's just kind of a process that makes it a lot more difficult without something like a steamer. So let me go ahead and show you guys kind of my strategy, how I'm careful, but at the same time how I get this grease and grime out of there. So the first thing I'm going to do is use my Super Clean diluted 5:1. The reason I'm doing this is because this is like a car that's over a decade old, and so the dirt that's behind these blades and on the blades has been sitting there for so long that it's going to need some sort of kind of heavy cleaner in order to really get that stirred up and kind of fixed. So I'm going to just spray very quickly, maybe like 2 sprays, just like that, because I'm not trying to soak anything back here. So I'm going to be very conservative with the amount of liquid I'm actually using. Now then I'm going to go ahead and take my steamer, and it's important to understand that as you're steaming this, some people get really kind of scared about the amount of just like water they're putting back there. But number one, I'm putting my steamer on low water setting, so it's gonna shoot out just very like evaporated, steamed hot air, so it's not gonna be a lot of liquid. And then number two, it requires something like that in order to even clean this in the first place. But number three, water doesn't end up just a lot of times just sitting back there, because number one, it's evaporated steam, it's evaporated water, so that's why I encourage you using a steamer. You're not just like pouring water back there. But a lot of times I will actually turn the car on if I feel like I had to use a lot. I'll let the air blow and kind of run and circulate, and so that way there's not just still water sitting back there. So there are certain steps you can take and kind of use common sense in order that you don't have to like worry about those kind of things. So I'm gonna go ahead and do this. I'm not gonna speed it up because I do want you guys to see the amount of time and kind of how fast I'm going. So here we go. Okay, so now I'm just gonna take my microfiber towel, I'm gonna wipe up around there. I'm going to kind of get it as far back as I can, so I am gonna try to get kind of as much of the obvious water up as I possibly can. But what you're gonna find is that after you've done this and you've cleaned it and stuff, especially if it's black, if behind the blades it's a black surface, there's going to be still a certain level of like residue. So it's near impossible to get it 100% from just like cleaning alone, especially on a car like this that has been sitting like this for so long. And so the issue comes, you're like, okay, I cleaned it, but there's still this residue, and it's really easy to see because the stuff is black. And so what's gonna be my very next step? You guessed it, or maybe you didn't, but it's gonna be Showcar Ultra Shine Detail Spray. So I've made a video about this product already, using it on the exterior. If you'd like to check out that video, I'll hook it up in the YouTube card right now. This is mainly an interior dedicated product, so it's made to dress interior surfaces, though I do love it on the exterior. Showcar has another product called Details, and it's like the equivalent of this product, but for the exterior, so it has longer protection, things like that. But what I'm gonna do is just shake this product up per directions, and then I'm going to spray a very light, even coat on the vents. Why do I like this? It's because it leaves such a uniform appearance. So there's no like blotchy spottiness, streaking. There's no area that has more dressing than the other. It's very, very even, and it's gonna kind of eliminate that haze that comes behind the vents, and it's amazing for black surfaces. And so because behind these vents it's black, it's really gonna shine. So I'm just gonna go ahead and bring you guys in close and show you how I do it. So once again, not trying to like go crazy with this product or anything like that, but this is basically what it looks like. And I might not do one consistent stream, you know, I'm kind of like pulsating it just like that. I might move these to get the other side of the vents behind like that. And that is it. So what I'll do is actually let this sit for just a little while, and then I'll just wipe up the residue on the exterior, because it does shine, so it is going to shine the exterior as well. So once again, I just let it sit. I don't wipe up anything on the interior, I just wipe up the excess exterior stuff like this. But check it out, I don't know if you guys can see the vents, the black vents inside. It's kind of blurry, but you see the black vents inside. Now they're clean, there's no dust, there's no dirt, and there's a shine to it. And when it dries, that glossy shine will be dull a little bit, which is perfect. So this is a very high-end service, at least I would consider it, because you're addressing something that most customers probably don't even like think twice about. And it's just like talk about perfection. You know, you're like perfecting a part of the car that most people miss, and so this is just like really, really awesome. And once again, it's where this product like shines. I absolutely love this Ultra Shine Detail Spray. It's amazing me on so many different levels. So that is how I clean and dress to perfection the very inside most part of the car air vents. If you guys like this video, make sure to hit the thumbs up button, and if you have any questions, comments, concerns, hook up all that stuff in the YouTube comments below, because I always read those, and I'm sure to get back to you guys as fast as I can. And of course, if you're new to the Wilson Auto Detailing community, then definitely consider subscribing, because I come out with almost daily videos just like this on products, tools, strategies, communication skills, business skills, and so much more, all in an effort to help the pro detailers become more successful and profitable in your businesses. And on this channel, I share the exact strategies that took my auto detailing business into a full-time income with only part-time hours. So if that interests you, definitely consider subscribing. Once again, thank you guys, and as always from Luke here at Wilson Auto Detailing, keep working hard, and I'll see you guys in the next video. In this video, I'm gonna share with you guys how I clean the innermost part of car air vents. Now let's get straight into it. What's going on? So glad you're here, and welcome back to the Wilson Auto Detailing community. If you're a professional auto detailer who wants to become more successful and profitable in your business, or just a car enthusiast who wants to improve your detailing ability, then definitely consider hitting that big red subscribe button right below this video. So right now I'm on location detailing a Honda Accord, and I had a subscriber write in and ask me a question that I thought was really, really intuitive, really good question. He asked how you clean the innermost part of the car air vents, so the part that exists kind of behind the blades that you can adjust and change the direction of the way the AC or the heat blows. And that's a really good question, and I would call that a service reserved more for the higher end detailing, or even just more for the experienced detailer. For those of you who are starting out, you might not have the tools, you might not have the equipment, or